Yo, what is going on, guys? SwishCity18 here, and today we have a different type of video on the channel. So currently my PS4 is got hacked, so you will not be seeing any NBA or Madden videos for the next week or so, or maybe a little longer. So today we're going to be ranking my top 10 players in the league right now. So this is not based off last year, but just based off like what I think they'll be like next year, or like not like think, but like basically how the players' talent and like how they are. So let's get right into the list. Let's start with number 10. My 10th player is Nikola Jokic. So Nikola Jokic is last year he averaged, let's see, about 20 points, 19.9 points, 9.7 rebounds, and 7 assists. So when I watch Nuggets games, I know that he is probably the best passing big man I have ever seen. He's insane at passing. He's an all-around player. He's a player that you would love to have on your team. He's a great leader. He's just like a wonderful player. Wonderful, like I heard he's great in the locker room, no problems. And he lost some weight, so now he's even more athletic, I guess. Not that he got more athletic, even though he's not that athletic still. But, yeah, so he's definitely, in my opinion, the best center in the league. Embiid is second, so Embiid will not make this list. And once we get to, actually, I'll give my honorable mentions now, I guess. Paul George is an honorable mention, and Joel Embiid is an honorable mention. And, okay, let's get right to number 9. Number 9 is Damian Lillard, point guard, Portland Trail Blazers. I love watching Damian Lillard play. He's an insane deep range shooter. He's insanely fun to watch. Just a great player all around. In the bubble, he really shined. He scared the Lakers, took a game on them, beat the Memphis in the playing game, and took a game on the Lakers, and then they lost. But anyway, Dame this year averaged 30 points, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists. Obviously great numbers. And he's just an insane deep range. Steph Curry's obviously better right now, but who knows? Damian Lillard could pass him as the best point guard in the league. At number 8, I have Luka Doncic. Obviously, he's only 20 years old, and he's this good. He's probably the future of the NBA, most likely. When you're 20 years old, averaging 29 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists, pretty sure that's one of the only players in NBA history to have those good of numbers at under the age of 21. He's just Rookie of the Year last year, and he's led his team to the playoffs when not many people thought they were going to make the playoffs. Led his team all the way to the playoffs. All-star in his second year. Once again, all-around great player. He's ahead of Jokic because they're similar with their stat lines, except Doncic just has a lot more points than him. And if you take Jokic off Nuggets and Doncic off the Mavericks, Mavericks would most likely not be a playoff team. Actually, definitely not would be a playoff team. The Nuggets would have more of a chance of being a playoff team as they're more well-rounded, but probably still would not make the playoffs. But the Mavericks would be in a much worse position than the Nuggets would. That's why Luka Doncic, in my opinion, has more of an impact as a better player than Nikola Jokic. Coming in at number 7, I believe, is James Harden. I love watching James Harden play. And he this year averaged 34 points, 6 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. He's insane at step backs. He's a great long-range shooter. And as I'm filming this, tomorrow night is the Game 7 between the Thunder and the Rockets. So, and right now is the Nuggets Jazz Game 7. So, I think the Nuggets are going to win, and I hope they do. But the Rockets are obviously a great team with James Harden. When Russell Westbrook was out, he was still winning games for them. That's when you know that his impact is great. He's a great player all around, and he just leads the league in points per game 3 years in a row or 2 years in a row. And last year he averaged 36 points per game. That's just crazy. 34 points per game is so crazy. Amazing player. So yes. Number 6 is Stephen Curry. Obviously didn't play this year. Barely played this year. So if it was based on how they played this year, him and KD would not be in this list. But sneak peek, both of them are in it. So Stephen Curry. Point guard, Golden State Warriors. The future looks bright for the Warriors. Well, not future, but I think they'll be a contender next year. Even though they had the worst odds this year at the number 1 overall pick, they got the 2nd pick. Curry was out all year. Clay was out all year. Draymond had an off year. So if they can just get back to what they were like, be all healthy, and then add like a James Wiseman to the team, I think they'll do great. So in the 2018-2019 season, Stephen Curry averaged 27 points per game, 5 rebounds, and sorry, this is just weird. Yeah, so he was obviously didn't play this year. Was obviously is the best point guard in the league. I expect a big year out of him next year, and he is the best 3-point shooter of all time and in the league right now. Getting on to number 5, we have Anthony Davis. Obviously joined the Lakers this year, moved on to the 2nd round, and obviously insane player, best big man in the league. Unless you consider Giannis a big man. But best I guess best big man if you're not considering Giannis as a big man. And so obviously 26 points per game, 9 rebounds and 3 assists. Insane. I love watching Laker games because of him. The 4th player is Kevin Durant. Obviously didn't play at all last year. Signed with the Brooklyn Nets. We don't know how he's gonna look. Hopefully he's back to his old self and back to being Kevin Durant. So he's just didn't obviously play last year, so we don't know what we're gonna see out of him. 2-time finals. 3-time MVP, I believe. 2-time MVP. A lot of MVPs. He's so let's move on to number 3, which is Giannis Antetokounmpo. In my opinion, should 100% win MVP this year. If he does not win MVP, then it is rigged. Deserves it over LeBron. Also, a defensive player of the year. Joins a small club to win those both in the same year if he wins MVP, which he 100% should. Average this year of 29.5 points, 13.5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Anyone who's averaging 30 points and 13 rebounds is insane. So, number 2 is Kawhi Leonard. He is obviously a great player. 27 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Led the Clippers past the Mavericks in the 1st round, and he's just best player on his team, 2nd best player in the league in my opinion, 2 times finals winner, 2 times finals MVP, and he's just Kawhi freaking Leonard. Everybody knows who he is. Top 3 player in the league, no debate, and I believe that he is number 2. And the best player in the league, according to me, I guess you guys most likely all guessed it, it is LeBron James. Top 2 player of all time. Michael Jordan's better right now. LeBron will pass him though. LeBron James, best player in the league right now, averages this year of 25 points, 7 rebounds, but a really impressive 10 assists. Most he's ever had in his career, and he's freaking 35 years old. That's when you know, when you're setting records for assists at 35 years old, you know that you are the best player in the league. And his impact to the Lakers isn't crazy. Outside of him and Anthony Davis, they're nothing. So I believe that the Lakers will lose in the next round. I have a feeling the Heat will beat them, but yeah, that's not the point. But obviously LeBron James, best player in the league right now. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below if my list was horrible or great or anything you would change. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.